Hi, Gerhard Bloom, once again looking at the tyranny and the delusions of the social justice movement. So Joe Biden was dragged out of the nomination process, kicking and screaming, adamantly refusing more than just subtle hints to get out of the race because he's an absolute embarrassment. For years, the Democratic Party and the media personalities and his family, and most notably Kamila Harris, have been lying to you about just how bad the mental faculties of Joe Biden are. Absolutely lying to you. Joe Scarborough, a major figure in leftist media, just a couple of months ago, cogent. Oh yes, he's cogent, but I undersold it. Yes, he's weaker, he moves more slowly, but this is the best Joe Biden we've ever seen. Lying to you. And what is her name? Karine Jean-Pierre. Yep, White House spokeswoman, lesbian and black, so she's just absolutely wonderful. Except she's terrible at her job, but she's black and lesbian. She has a hard time keeping up with him. And all of these staffers are saying, oh, he does more in an hour than we do in an entire day. I don't know what they do in the entire day, right? Play video games. This guy he hasn't had cabinet meetings for months, right? He doesn't know the names of his cabinet officials. They're strangers to him. And at any rate, so Kamala Harris, imagine what could be unburdened by what has been. Remind you, she's lied to you. The Democratic Party has lied to you, and news media have been lying about the shocking state of the infirmity of Joe Biden. And the her report, on Joe Biden's mishandling of classified documents, his conclusion, guilty. He is guilty. We would, in other circumstances, proceed to charge the man. But why? Well, he's an elderly, confused man, and likely we wouldn't be able to get a conviction. That was a very kind way of saying, he's suffering dementia. What did the media do? They absolutely attacked him as, this was utterly gratuitous and unnecessary, inflammatory, and a lie, except there wasn't. The media apparatus, the Democratic Party, tried to orchestrate this fraud through the debate with Donald Trump. And then it became clear to the entire world that they had been lied to, and yes, by Kamala Harris as well. So, and here's the thing. Now in the media, Joe Biden is being celebrated, and by Democratic politicians, of course, Joe Biden sacrificing self-interest for the greater good, for the nation. He is sacrificing for the people of the United States, except it's a lie. Several times, repeatedly, when asked, in light of the shocking disaster that was the Trump-Biden debate, whether he intended to continue his election run, he says, yes, I am. I'm staying in the race. Nancy Pelosi, in an interview, she's asked, would you support him, Joe Biden, running? I will support any choice Joe Biden makes. But he decided to keep campaigning. I support any choice that Joe Biden makes. Well, she was going to say that until he decided to get out. There was a huge amount of pressure. George Clooney, he just came out and acknowledged that, yes, a major fundraiser in Los Angeles, $33 million, I believe, where Obama had to escort a frozen Joe Biden off the stage. He's telling you now he knew at the time, and so did everybody else. Everybody else is, oh my God, what is going on with this guy? He didn't say anything. And in light of the hysteria after the debate, he pens an open letter calling for him to withdraw from the race. So he knew, and everybody else knew, and acting as though they are shocked. They're not shocked. They got caught. They got caught. And Joe Biden, no. Significant campaign. First, it was, a confidential discussions with Joe Biden, urging him to get out of the race. And then they started turning up the heat. From the open letter from George Clooney, a very good friend of Barack Obama. So this letter didn't get penned without the express consent, perhaps even the urging of Barack Obama. And then visits to the White House by senior Democrat officials telling him, you better get out. You better get out. Carrot and stick. You get out, we're going to celebrate you as a national hero, a man who graciously sacrificing his self-interest for the state, for the United States of America, the American people, or we are, I have no doubt, the nuclear option, the 25th Amendment. And I have no doubt that Kamala Harris was more than willing to exercise that option, because that would put her in the office of the presidency. She would be the president. But he was persuaded to give up this vainglorious run for president that absolutely nobody believed that he could sustain. And so now, he's out of the race, and we're supposed to pretend that the Democratic Party and the media haven't been lying to you this entire time. Absolutely shameful. At any rate, just my thoughts on this particular fiasco. Thank you so much for your time and attention. Do drop a thumbs up on the video, gratifies my fragile male ego, and check out my book, Deconstructing Social Justice. Kamala Harris, she was a DEI hire, and you see where that pickle has got the Democratic Party in, because nobody likes her. Nobody. So they're going to try and ease her out in as graceful a manner as possible. What could be unburdened by what has been? Well, we've seen what has been, and we don't want any more of that nonsense. Thank you so much for your time and attention. Bye-bye now.